All right, let's talk about the numbers that are all around you every single day. From the grocery store aisle to the sports scores on your phone, there's a kind of hidden language being spoken. And you know what? By the end of this, you're going to be totally fluent.
We've all been there, right? You're staring at the shelf, trying to figure out if that bigger bottle of whatever is actually cheaper. It feels like a trick question sometimes, but I promise it's one we can absolutely answer.
And then, of course, there's the magic of a sale. You see that big 15% off sign, and it looks so good. But what are you really saving? And more importantly, what are you going to end up paying once they add on the taxes? But this isn't just about money. It's about understanding why your new TV has that 16:9 aspect ratio, or what a player's win-loss record actually tells you. These comparisons are just everywhere. And today, we're going to hand you the complete toolkit to understand all of them.
Okay, so let's dive right in with our very first tool, the ratio. This is the foundation, really. It's the basic building block that makes all the other comparisons possible. At its heart, a ratio is just a super simple comparison. Seriously, forget about complex math formulas. It's just about looking at one thing in relation to another. That's it. And the way we write them is really straightforward. You'll usually see it with a colon, like 3 to 5, or sometimes it'll be written out just like a fraction. Don't let it fool you, though. They both mean the exact same thing. So let's make this totally real. Picture a bag of marbles, right? If you've got 4 gray ones and 6 white ones, the ratio of gray marbles to white ones is 4 to 6. And just like with a fraction, we can simplify that. It boils down to 2 to 3. So for every 2 gray marbles in that bag, you've got 3 white ones. Simple. Now let's build on that idea. Let's grab our second tool, which is the rate. Now, this is where a simple comparison turns into an incredibly powerful tool for making smart decisions, especially when you're out shopping. Okay, so here's something that sometimes trips people up, but it's actually really clear when you see it like this. A ratio compares similar things, like our marbles to marbles. A rate, though, compares 2 different types of units, like dollars to liters. And believe me, that small difference is everything.
And the absolute king of all rates, the one you want to know, is the unit rate. This is our secret weapon for smart shopping. It levels the playing field completely by telling us the cost for exactly one of something. 1 liter, 1 ounce, 1 can. It's the only way to make a truly fair comparison between different sizes. All right, let's head back to that first question we asked. We are now armed with the awesome power of the unit rate. It's time to solve this thing once and for all. So here are our contenders. We've got 3 different sizes, 3 totally different prices. And just by looking at them, well, it's pretty much impossible to know which one gives you the most bang for your buck. So here's the game plan. It's really simple. Step 1, you have to get all the volumes into the same unit. So that 1.5 liters becomes 1,500 milliliters. Then, for each option, you just divide the cost by the amount. That gives us the unit price, the cost for 1 single milliliter. And there it is. Once you run the numbers, option C has the lowest price per milliliter. So in this case, yeah, going bigger was actually the better deal. You now have the exact method to figure this out for literally anything in the grocery store.
Okay, on to our third and final tool. This is the one you see absolutely everywhere. On your phone battery, on your test scores, and all over every store. Let's talk about the mighty percent. The word percent can sound kind of formal, but it literally just means per 100. That is it. It's just a special kind of ratio where the second number is always 100. It's a way of standardizing things so we can all compare them easily. So here's the one simple trick you need to remember. If you want to find a percentage of something, you just turn the percent into a decimal. You do that by moving the decimal point 2 spots to the left, and then you multiply. So 25% of 80, it's just 0.25 times 80. Easy. All right, time to put it all together. This is the final challenge, a classic real-world problem. You find a hoodie you love, it's on sale, but you know you also have to pay tax. So what's the final damage to your wallet going to be? Let's walk through it. We've got a $90 hoodie, and there's a 20% discount. So first things first, we find the discount. 20% of 90 is $18. So we take that off, and our sale price is now $72. Then, and this part is key, we calculate the 12% tax on that new lower price. That comes out to $8.64. You add that tax to the sale price, and there you go. The grand total you'll pay at the register is $80.64. The order is so important here. Discount first, then you tax the new price.
But hey, watch out for this. This is a classic trap that stores love. You see a sign that says take an extra 20% off or 10% off sale price. So that's just 30% off, right? No, it's not.
And this slide shows you exactly why. A straight 30% off of $150 would get you down to $105. But if you do it the way the store does it, you take 10% off first, which gets you to $135, and then you take 20% off of that new price, the final price is actually $108. That second discount is on a smaller number, so you save less money.
So we've covered the big three: ratios, rates, and percents. And I hope you see this isn't just about passing a math test. This is about getting a new superpower to help you navigate your everyday life.
So let's wrap up with your toolkit. Use ratios for any simple comparison. Use rates, especially unit rates, to find the absolute best value. And think of percents as the universal language that everybody understands for these kinds of comparisons.
Look, at the end of the day, this is so much more than just numbers on a page. It's like learning the code behind the prices you see and the stats you hear. And understanding that code, it doesn't just make you smarter, it puts you in control.
So the toolkit is yours now. Whether you're at the grocery store, checking your phone bill, or just arguing about sports with a friend, you have the tools to see what's really going on. My only question is, what are you going to analyze first?